This podcast contains adult language, descriptions of violence, sexual references, and other possibly offensive themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Previously on Back to the Story.
Build a pyre for the bodies of the children of the old gods and see their blessing. You see lined along the walls are solid golden urns. There's also these massive sarcophagi of solid gold, etched in imagery of feline creatures with humanoid faces. Ordinarily, I would not contemplate risking so much to bring this to you, but these are extraordinary times. Okay, so coming back to it from our break. The man who declared himself Mr. Walker has faded after leaving a red mark upon Amson's hand. You guys have moved through to the other half of the room after the force field of light has faded, revealing a similar sight of golden sarcophagi and urns, as well as stairs up to a platform where there is a circle of gold where inside is like ashes and diamonds mixed in. And you see a staircase to the north as well, leading further down.
Well, same move as before. Did anyone see any more diamonds? I don't have that much, and this looks like a big fire.
I got a small one. Amson, I think you were holding on to it. It's the one from Eliza.
That's an excellent question. Let me dig around in my pack.
While Amson's digging around in his pack, Ball will try to ignite whatever is in the brazier.
Okay. Looks like it's mostly ashes and coals at this point. And as you ignite it, those burn once more in sort of the orange-yellow natural fire, burning off those ashes, revealing more diamonds beneath.
So does it continue to burn, or it dies off?
It continues to burn as long as you kind of keep it. It seems like most of the material has been burned off, so you kind of have to keep it going. But there is behind you, no statues or green light. There's just a staircase.
Well, I mean, we can try to use the staircase. I don't know if we need to set this brazier on fire.
Well, it worked before. I will, throw 50 more diamonds into the pile.
I'll try again to ignite it.
You throw them into the pile, and as Ball sets the fire, some of the ashes and coals catch and ignite, but the diamonds in this thing, it's not quite a brazier, it's kind of just a ring circle, like a pit, almost built into the ground. The ashes and coals ignite, but the diamonds don't.
How deep is this thing?
It's hard to say. It's filled with ash and coal, but you're guessing maybe a few feet deep, 2 feet maybe.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go ahead and collect.
In this ash pit?
Yeah.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
17.
Okay. Searching around in this pit, you find numerous diamonds to the amount of 1,700 gold worth of diamonds if you want to take a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It'll take about 10 minutes, but you can kind of seep through, staining your clothes in ash, but you can get up to 1,700 worth of diamonds. They're in various sizes.
Is there anything written on that circle over there?
On this circle, yeah, there is. It's in Celestial.
I'm calling that out to Felix.
Oh, I'll come over and read it.
You read it. It says, a rough translation to rest now, children. Rest now, children of stars. The word star isn't quite star, but something between star and God.
Ezekiel looks down at the diamonds a little awkwardly.
He's back.
Oops, Felix. Sorry, I'm going to be doing that for a minute. And he will put him in his pocket. Well, so the children came to a rest here of some kind, but we restocked our diamonds.
I just kind of look at him. Great. Are we going to keep looking, or did we find what you wanted to find when we came across that fucking weird person?
That fucking weird person, as you so eloquently put it, was interested in you, not me. So, and he insinuated you were about to be shown something. I'm very curious as to what that might be.
He also mentioned false prophecies. I wonder if he meant yours?
Possibly. There are a number of prophecies in my book, in Aeon, that were wrong or entirely avoided. I mean, this is not the first apocalypse that I've unearthed from within him. And anyone that mentioned that one succeeded are clearly false. Either way, his suggestion was that you don't be persuaded by the images you're about to be shown, so we probably should figure out how you get shown those, shouldn't we?
Well, fuck it. And I start walking down the stairs.
Okay. You go down the stairs, and this one, as you guys walk along, it's about the same size, but it goes down more flights of stairs. Where the others were maybe a floor, this goes down maybe two and a half, maybe three floors as you go down the stairs. As you move, you begin to hear up ahead the sound of water.
Vesper stops as soon as she hears that. I really don't want to go down there right now. I'm sorry, I know it's stupid. I know it's been years. But after yesterday and being underground like this, it makes me think of the Gullah Caves, and that water is...
It's not stupid, Vesper.
Is it? Right, well, have fun back wherever you're going. Bye.
Has anyone ever told you that you're an asshole? I'm sure somebody has.
Many people over the years. I've lived for 173 of them. I know I'm an asshole, but I'm an effective one. Are we going on? She has my dagger. She can yell if she needs it.
We'll catch up. Just give us a moment.
He'll grumble and slowly start making his way down.
Okay, I think Meli is probably curious enough to keep pace with Felix. As you two move forward, who else is moving forward and who's staying behind?
So I'm going along.
I'll follow the forward as well.
Okay. Amson?
I'm staying with Vesper.
Okay.
Take a few deep breaths and try and go into as close to my doctor-surgeon mode. Shut everything down and just...
Before I continue down the stairs, I'm just gonna move over to Vesper and give her hand a squeeze.
Squeeze back.
Okay. So Felix, Meli, Ball, Ellery, you guys move down the stairs, and you come to the foot of it, the foot of a large chamber. You see just at the edge of the stairs is a trail of water, a small ditch carved into the malachite stone of running water that seems to circle the edge of this room that goes off into the darkness and the shadows where it's hard to see. Looking around, you see in front of you, maybe 20, 25 feet, there is steps. They lead up to a pyramidal type structure at the back section of this chamber that rises up high, maybe 30, 35 feet. Atop it, with your lantern and with some of your lights, you can just barely make out a large shape, curled up, massive. Looks like it may be 20 feet long, even laying down. It's maybe 10 feet tall, without standing. Creature appears to have 4 legs. As it kind of shifts, you hear as this heavy form shifts atop the pyramidal structure. You can see shifting wings that are covering parts of the body. It's hard to see from here fully as it's partially in the shadows, but you see dark fur, dark wings. You see bits of white hair, a mane forming around the head, a dark face.
3rd time's a charm. Ball will try divine sense again.
This time you sense something celestial. Strong presence before you atop the pyramid.
Like Ball will kind of under his breath say, whatever this is, it is celestial. Large. And celestial.
Wonderful. It probably won't like me then.
You all have been through a lot, haven't you? Well, hopefully you can find some sort of common ground, because as far as I can tell, you're the most charming, so buck up, and I will cast tongues on her.
And as that spell emits from Felix, Ellery, you can begin to hear words spoken. I beckon thee, reveal yourself. As the form kind of shifts and comes to a sitting position, this large feline form with wings and a white mane, sitting atop the pyramid, kind of looking down at you all.
I kind of glare at Felix and start stepping forward.
Ball will go beside Ellery.
Hello.
Who presents themselves, and why do you come here at this hour?
My name is Ellery. My friend and I took shelter in this place from a storm outside.
So you seek shelter. You cannot avoid this storm, child. None can.
I'm not sure if we're talking about the same storm anymore.
Indeed. You come to the seat of Tasha. Do you seek answers or only shelter? By what right do you seek it?
For the record, can we all understand this? Or I should be
Yeah.
able to understand it, but okay.
You all seem to understand it. It's not in common, but you guys can understand the language somehow. You can see now as you kind of step to the base of the pyramid, the creature is wearing a mask of black metal that appears over its face as it kind of sits back regally looking down upon you. Speak, child.
Can we hear this from the stairs?
From the stairs, you can hear the rumbling. You might be able to make out a word or two, but you can't quite hear the whole conversation.
I should be fine by now. We're ready to go.
I feel ready to go.
I don't think Vesper says anything. I think she just, cold face, just walks down.
Tasha, you said. Is that your name?
My mate. My sibling. Who I serve. My name matters not.
Then hers does. Where should we go to ask if promises matter?
The Sphinx creature tilts its head just slightly, almost twitches it. Hard to notice, but with a creature so large, you notice. You are here, then. The time has come, or will come. Only Tasha can answer such a question, and yet she has been entombed. Grievances of your people, the promises that came before, matter. They are why we are here, all of us, why we have paid the price, why our corpses litter the skies and heavens. We are the price. We are the path of promises broken. You saw this vision then, or were told it.
In a manner of speaking. And he'll hold his bracelet again, and kind of the image of Aeon will appear around his face, and he will say, A guide, prophecy of Tasha. When they come, so shall a guide appear. One who speaks the words of the old gods. They will walk with them to the edge. Judge them worthy, mate, and have them gaze upon the corpses of our kind to ask if provinces matter. Do not concern yourself over my chains, for this is beyond even me. And then he'll kind of snap out of it.
You know the words. The words she spoke to me. Then you are not a deceiver, or of the void spawn. Not yet. What do you seek?
A way to stop it?
Do you know what you seek to stop?
I have my conjectures. But what about all of you?
Would Amson and Vesper be there at this point?
Yeah, you guys would have reached the bottom of the stairs and have heard the last couple lines.
Blackstar.
Her birth. Broken day. One of broken promises. Have you seen her birth?
I don't know. I've seen a lot, but I don't know what she is.
I will show you what I saw before. What Tasha spoke to me before they entombed her and enchained her. When Marvella, whose eyes you gaze into outside of this tomb, fell to the ascended, betrayed by the gods, corpse fell, and from it another god came. Chaos, as the gods left the old world, as it fell. The gods devised a gate to seal themselves away in their heavens, and yet there were some who walked through the stars. And as he speaks, the air strangely vibrates before him, and as it does, it seems to almost shake, splitting the air strangely as cracks of light kind of form, shining between the cracks in the air, forming images swirling the sky. You see humanoid figures, elves, maybe humans perhaps, walking along the skies as if there was floor there. They used our corpses. They paid and prayed and were allowed to walk through them, as you see images of people, humanoid elves and such, stepping through spheres. You see them reach out with their hands grasping massive diamond-shaped hearts of light and stars, stepping through and appearing on another, far in the distance. When the divine gate was built, he threatened to fracture and break these people who stood between worlds. As you see images of these people walking between the stars as the sky cracks around them, as you see arcane glyphs being formed between the stars, the corpses of the sphinxes and the children of old gods. It's fractures across the sky, splitting it, dividing it as the gate is constructed, and these people walk between these worlds. You see surrounding one star, with a diamond shining, the heart of a great sphinx, corpse long gone. You see a number of these 12 individuals. You see one in the center, a female, performing a ritual as the sky cracks around them. You see the fractures grow in their direction as the 11 individuals around them, druids of stars, attempt to stave off the conflict, stave off the fracture and the divine gate being willed by gods, trying to give enough time for the ritual. As the fracture grows near and the ritual nears completion, the fracture stretches across the stone at the base of this star. You see the female look up, elven, Lumari, pale blonde hair, looking at the fracture that kind of begins to break before her. In a last desperate attempt, she forces her hand forward towards the fracture, into it. And there's a strange shifting of images, splitting, a doubling. So you see her form shake into a blur which you can't quite perceive. You see the 11 around her split, their forms being swallowed whole by sky, void. You see their flesh turns black as if staring into the night sky, where slowly sparks of light begin to form on their bodies as if looking into a sky of stars. 6 of them have crimson red stars, 5 of them have silver. You see the blurred image of the woman pull her hand out as the images shift and split into 2. You see one, an elven woman, kind of stumble back, the same one, silver blonde hair, confused, desperate, looking around her as you see the star of the Sphinx heart turns black and compresses and contracts, almost like the magnetic ferrous liquid forming a sphere of sharp stars of black. It forms above the blur of black that the elf stumbled away from until an image begins to form, humanoid. You see black dress, white pale face, a crown above her head, and above it you see a black star form, the star of the Sphinx floating above her head, shifting above her, as you see landing on her shoulder a raven. You see the 6 of red stars, horns of that void material, stars as if staring into space, form into an arc above them, each with a different number of stars. A similar thing happens to the other 5 of silver stars as the sky fractures into, as these images shake and rumble before the image dissipates of light before the Sphinx.
As we're seeing these images, I reach out for Vesper's hand again.
I think I'm by the stairs. I'm like on the bottom steps still, so if you're close enough, I'll take your hand.
I think I will kind of be backing up as I'm watching this.
The queen, never seen, the elf, tempted the impossible, and nearly achieved it, achieving it in some ways perhaps. She split and created the dread cryptic, the Ebon Mother, a version of herself. Personality split. She is the beginning of this, and she will be the end. These harbingers are born again, the forms of void, strengthening and coalescing from their rebirth, their reincarnation. They are not yet formed. It will only be when the bells ring across the world, chiming will the harbingers be vulnerable, and only then shall the path be revealed. These are the words Tasha spoke to me.
So what do we need to put down there seen?
Not never seen. Never seen and the Ebon Mother are one and the same. Never seen seeks to break the gate, while the Ebon Mother seeks to maintain it as it reinforces her sphere of influence. She remembers all, and yet she only forgets. She collects memories trying to find the path, yet cannot see it before her. In her realm are the remembrances of the dead. As the harbingers are born, rebirthed, reincarnated, both those of crimson and silver are, and yet these reincarnations have a choice they must make, a side to choose. When they become the harbingers, then they will have returned to bring the change in the mantle, as they did before, and as they will again.
Okay. And if we don't want that to happen?
The Sphinx kind of takes a step off the platform, leaning down to see you. The harbingers of void must be destroyed. Yet they have not coalesced from their reincarnations. Only when the bells ring across the world chiming will they be vulnerable. They must return in order to be destroyed.
How do we know who they are?
My sight is blinded to this. They cannot be perceived unless they desire to be. Yet my sight is not as developed as Tasha's. I will seek her counsel in her tomb, for she might know, for she might see. They are reborn, that much is certain. Who they are, and when they will coalesce, I know not until the bells ring.
What bells?
Kind of growls in frustration. The bells that will ring across the world. These are the words passed on to me. The words I seek to understand. Here, in contemplation.
Perhaps I can help. And he'll go all Aeon face again. Forgotten Redoubt, prophecy of bells. For 12 days the bells of Forgotten Redoubt will toll for the coming siege of heaven. The razors of banishment will be harsh in their song, and the voice of one will be frayed and strained and desperate to be heard. When the last song is sung, woe to the perished and the victor. Those are the only bells I got.
You know words and sight. As the creature kind of begins to take steps down the pyramid. From where do you find them? Who has sent you here?
I mean, no one sent me. I got my information from this, and I will summon Aeon, and I put it together myself.
Tasha spoke these words to me, to contemplate and to bring when the children come. I presume you are them. Yet I am a messenger in this place. I know not the meaning, though I have contemplated them for some time. And as the creature kind of steps down, Ball is 10 foot tall. This creature's 17 feet or so to the top of its head. Massive, tall, long, thick muscle covered in dark fur, wings kind of tucked alongside its body. Tasha gave me time to contemplate these, and I have not found the answers, but it seems time has come anyway. I will seek counsel with her, and ask her plead for answers more. When I know them, I will come to you, and will speak to you from here.
Can I ask you something that may or may not be related to all of this?
Speak.
Do you know anything about an angel who wears gold armor with runes that say something that translates to, Sacred Star and Servants of Sky?
Are you ready to know? As the creature kind of locks eyes with you, you feel this pressure on you. Make a wisdom save for me.
Okay. That's an 11.
You're not prepared for this answer. Not yet.
And how do I prepare myself?
You must find your own path. I have contemplated the questions of my own, seeking the answers. They will reveal themselves when I am ready, and the same will be for you.
I just want to know what the fuck I am.
And yet you are not ready. You asked the question. You cannot know the answer.
So we're wasting our time here. You've nothing to tell us?
I have spoken volumes. Time has come. The Harbingers return. They are reborn. I know not their identities. There will be a warning, a bell that rings across the world. That will be the time when they will have coalesced.
I think Amson will probably finally speak up and just kind of summarize, saying, "We thank you for the information you have gave us. Ultimately, I believe I can speak for all of us in saying that our goal is to make sure that the gate stands. If there's any further information you can find, please do tell us."
I will bring you the answers that Tasha reveals to me, should she grace me with answers. For now, it seems you're wounded and are in need of rest. This place is protected from certain forms of violence, hidden from view from most. You are welcome to stay here and rest, should you need it. And when I speak to Tasha, I will bring her what she graces me with.
You want us to wait here until that happens?
I know not how long it will take me to reach her. I will come to you.
I'll have to do.
I start walking up the stairs.
Amson will look towards the rest of the party and then look towards the creature. Thank you very much. We'll be around. And Amson will go chase after Vesper.
It nods, and as you two begin to go up the stairs, Amson, as you look back and the rest of you see, it turns on the platform and draws its claw through the air, splitting it open. You see an image through a portal of a forest. Large white oak trees surrounding a clearing where there's a lake, a small lake in the center. You see there are chains runed and inscribed that circle around some of the trees and then go into the water towards its center. As the creature steps through the portal, and the portal closes once more.
Well, thank you for entertaining that particular desire of mine. I'm quite satisfied. How about all of you?
For the record, I fucking hate all of this.
Noted. Okay. Maybe Meli, was it? You were making some chalk?
Right, I should probably get back to it.
Felix is just gonna, since he's overstayed his welcome a little bit, so he's just gonna hide away from everybody. He knows how he is.
So I guess it's... Did Meli go back up?
Yeah, she did. You can call after her, but yeah, she's going back to work on the chalk.
So I guess it's just Ball who's left. So I turn to him. Do you ever wish that someone would just give us a straight answer once in a while?
That would be nice. I don't like riddles. Reminds me of that man with the eyes that gave that other prophecy. Balkan's eyes. Do you know what any of this means?
Not really. Maybe some time will make it make a little bit more sense. But I don't know.
There is still this strange feeling, as if we were supposed to find out.
Sometimes I have that feeling too. Sometimes I feel like I'm never going to find out anything. Not that actually makes sense. Because I'm not ready or I'm not worthier. I'm just not enough.
I think that's how a lot of us feel. I would have liked Ezekiel to be here.
I want him here too. I'm sorry that I couldn't wait any longer.
I'm sorry I couldn't buy us more time. We should catch up with the others.
Yeah, maybe we can see if Vesper can try again to contact him so that we can get him back.
I don't think Felix was wrong.
I don't think so either. For once in my life, I am absolutely certain that I did the right thing, and I fucking hate myself for it.
We did the best that we could. Some chose not to help us, but we did the best we could. Let's go upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go.
And Val will kind of walk with you up the stairs, kind of with his hand on your shoulder.
Yeah, I think I will place my hand over yours as we walk.
And so you guys ascend back where Meli is returned to that first floor, working on the chalk continually. As we begin to wrap up, what do you guys do? If some of you regather, some of you are kind of staying clear, giving people room. As Meli kind of works on this chalk, you just resting.
I'm packing all of my stuff back into my backpack. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to use my last 3rd level spell and just try one last time. And just go, please, Ezekiel, please. I'm so sorry.
No response.
And just get my stuff together.
I think I'm just staying close to Ball.
Meli asks, when I finish this, where are we going?
Where can you take us?
I can take us home. We can go below Nyminet or Novikov.
Can we go home?
She nods. And then looks to the rest of you.
At least for a little while, I want to go home. We're going to have to go back to Nyminet, but...
I don't want to leave Ezekiel's staff or the ring Calvin made me behind there. But I don't know if we're in any position to go back down there when we know there could be an ambush.
Fuck.
Braun knows where this circle is. If he's not dead, if anyone else knows where it is. They know we have to go back there for our stuff.
I don't think we're in any shape to take on an ambush right now.
Well, we have plenty of gem dust. And if you all would like to take a few days at home to recuperate, perhaps that is the smartest move.
You said you were there recently?
As I said, I left from ferry. I'm not entirely certain when now is.
Ah.
Last date you remember?
What is the last date that I remember?
You guys would know it's the 5th or 6th first frost. Mine's a little hazy, but something like that. Year, if you need to be specific, year 628. Meli would say it's 558.
I don't know how to get here without making Klaus say all of these dates. You get the sense he would have been there a month after you left Embershore. So not actually recently with both of your time jumps.
Weird time shit. Well, I was gonna ask if everybody seemed okay, since you were apparently looking into our families.
The ones I spoke to all appeared fine. I wasn't really inquiring as to their well-being.
Who did you speak to?
Your family was particularly not interested in talking, but
No surprises there.
Very friendly priest gentleman at the Temple of Ain, a rather large family of mixed orc and human coupling. A few of them. I can search for my notes and their names, but it didn't seem important at the time.
You know, I think I would pay good money to have seen Mogther's reaction to you asking questions about me.
Well, I learned a few things regardless.
I just kind of tilt my head at him.
Anyway, so are we going back to your home to rest? I know you don't trust me yet, and I know you probably don't like me. Most people in my life have not. But I know what I'm doing, and I can be very helpful in tricky situations. I think you know my intentions are to stop this thing that even before you met me, you knew you were involved in. I'm willing to keep whatever distance I have to, but I'd like to stay nearby so I can help. And when you choose to trust me, I'll be here.
I'm sure we could find you a place to stay in town.
Lovely. Now, is there a place that they sell fine paper and magical inks? And we can just divulge into his small talk.
So during the remaining of the 5 hours as Meli is working on the chalk, any final thoughts as Meli is finishing that up? Anything, last things you guys wanted to do in those last couple hours there?
I think at some point, this is just a small thing, but at some point, while we're waiting, take the lodestone out of my locket and just kind of idly toss it a few times out of curiosity to see which way north is in this place.
When you toss it onto the ground, it picks back up and it seems to just kind of spin and continuously tumble. It never quite sticks into one place.
Well, that's a little weird, but I don't know if geography really has any meaning in a place like this.
Anyone else?
We're just going to sleep here, right? That's the plan.
So, Meli, it takes her 5 hours to make the chalk in order to teleport.
Okay, so not sleeping yet, just waiting for Meli to do anything.
Yeah, so if there's just anything you want to do in those 5 hours, otherwise we'll kind of flash forward to her casting the spell, and then we'll end then.
No, I don't think Paul's going to do anything.
Okay. If there's nothing, those last couple hours pass as Meli's enchanting these gems, using what she has to infuse the enchanted gems into the ink, into what little bit of chalk she had in her spell components. She double checks and ensures you guys do indeed want to go home before she begins to inscribe with this chalk and ink the glyphs and symbols upon the ground in a circle, casting through ritual the spell teleportation circle. She finishes the spell. The runes begin to ignite and light up, flashing as the floor becomes a shimmering pool of energy. You'll look at each other before stepping through. And that's where we'll leave off and pick back up next week.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Back to the Story. For notifications when an episode goes live, you can find us on Stitcher, Google Play, Player FM, or TuneIn. Download the app and subscribe or favorite us there. We also have a YouTube channel called Back to the Story, an actual play podcast. If you'd like to contact us, you can tweet us at back2_the_story. If you can't fit it into 280 characters, you can email us at thebonfirefables@gmail.com. And if you'd like further information about the campaign, the player characters, or behind-the-scenes sneak peeks, follow us on either Twitter or our Tumblr website. Lastly, if you'd like to support the show, feel free to buy us a coffee at ko-fi.com/backtothestory.